Hello, Lynn Blair. It's your old pal Maggie Long here, and just wanted to say congrats on you and Jimmy. And you know, as far as I've been married a year now, so I know all. But my best advice for you guys and going forward is just be happy together as you have been for the past, what, 6, 7 years now? It's about time, right?
So how long have I known Lynn? Her whole life. Yes, since she was born.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm Lindsay's little sister. Hello, guys. I have known Lindsay my whole life. She's 5 years older than I am.
Hi, guys. Okay, so I have known Lynn since kindergarten. We went to the same grade school and high school together. So we've known each other pretty much since we were 5 years old.
How long have I known Lynn? I've known Lynn since kindergarten. You know, off and on, as we all girls do. We all have our ins and outs of friendship. But for the most part, Lynn's been my best pal for as long as I can remember.
I've known Lynn for a while, since we were younger, but it wasn't until we all started high school at Marquette together and we were all in the same classes, Emily, Lynn, Maggie, and me, that we officially became the Fab Four. Wow, we have had some crazy times. I can't even, there's not even one fondest memory of Lynn that I can think of.
My fondest, funniest memory of Lindsay is probably when we were driving cross country from North Carolina to Denver, Colorado. We were moving her out there, and we actually got stopped. We stopped at to fill up at a gas station, and her car alarm, if anybody knows her Honda Civic, likes to go off at random times and random locations. So she's filling up the tank. I'm inside getting some stuff, paying the cashier, and I hear the beep, 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 beep start going off. I'm like handing money to the cashier. I drop everything, dart out the door, and go. It's a two-person job because you gotta unhook the battery and put the wrench to the battery and put it back on, all kinds of crazy stuff. So that was probably the best time. We went back in to finish paying, and the clerks and the other couple people in the gas station were kind of laughing at us and really freaked out, thought we were really weird. But that was probably the best time that I ever spent with my sister, because it was just us, and it took us like 6 hours to get out of Missouri. It was being ridiculous.
Bats, Jet, mini pizzas, the KFB. Oh, you had to love those nights.
We have many, many memories from going to the pond when we were young and stupid and having a great time, to driving around teaching her how to drive that little Ford Festiva, to going to cheerleading, to going away to college together and making visits on our birthdays and such. Many, many fun memories. Love her to death. She's always been there for me. I love her.
Blair back porch, all the parties at Lynn's. Oh, Vegas, good times.
The funniest memory that I have of Lindsay is when in high school, and I can't remember exactly what year, she was trying to tell all of us, it's junior year, Allie's shouting from the other room, cheating. Junior year in high school, we were in the Marquette cafeteria, we're sitting there on a normal day eating lunch, and Lynn was talking about the previous weekend and how she came home at like a ridiculous hour, like 2 o'clock in the morning. And so the rest of us are wondering, we start asking questions like, well, did you get grounded? Are you in trouble? What did Barb and Ed say? And she's just like, no, dude, it's cool. So we're all sitting there like, what do you mean it's cool? You came home at 2 o'clock in the morning. You must have gotten in trouble. And she was like, no, I've just been working on that lately. And so then, you know, I'm looking at Allie like, this has got to be good. You know, what is she talking about? So we're like, well, Lynn, I mean, how do you not get in trouble? So then she tells us that if we just mold our parents, like we just have to mold them a little bit, then they won't care when we come home late past our curfew. So then we're like, okay, this is ridiculous. So okay, tell us, Lynn, how do we mold, you know, George and Cheryl and Mike and Sid. And so she goes into this, you know, lecture on how to, what?
Look here.
She goes into this mini lecture on how we're supposed to basically train our parents to not get mad at us anymore when we do bad stuff. So she tells us that you basically start out and you just come home like 5 minutes late the first time, and then they just get used to that. And then you come home 10 minutes late, and you stretch it out to a half hour. And we're trying to explain it, well, that will never work with our parents. Like, if we came home 5 minutes late, we would be in trouble. And but apparently it worked for Barb and Ed. She was able to mold them, and she was able to extend her curfew till 2 o'clock in the morning, at least at one particular point in time. But that's one of my funniest memories of Lynn, was her interesting ways to describe how she handled her parents when she was an adolescent. So that's one of the funniest memories I have about Lindsay.
Tom Petty concert. You guys used to be pretty mean to me. We're just gonna leave it at that.
One word to describe my sister is probably fashionista extraordinaire. It's 2 words, but that's
more than one word.
One word. Fun. Wild. I love her. She's a fantastic person. She's great. She's amazing.
More than one word.
The one word that I can think of that describes Lindsay is caring. She is extremely compassionate. She would do anything for her friends or anything for her family. She is
That's more than one word. If I could describe Lynn in one word, what would it be? And when I read this question, I said, I'm literally at a loss for words because there's so many. Well, I have a solution for that. And my word is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And Dr. Blair, for your, as you always used to tell me, go look it up, Margaret, and you would hand me a dictionary. Well, I've looked this up, and our friends at Wikipedia say, according to the 1964 Walt Disney film, it's defined as something to say when you have nothing to say, which is, I can't think of a word to say at all. But the actual official definition, if you break it down into its parts, are super, which means above, cali, beauty, fragilistic, delicate, I can't even say. Anyway, it means atoning for educability through delicate beauty. So Lynn, that's my word.
One word to describe Lynn. It's really tough. I mean, there's not much more you could say than that she is amazing and loyal and beautiful and...
One word, Allie.
I know, I just can't do it.
So I think she'd like amazing.
Amazing.
How did I know that Lynn and Jim were the ones for each other? Probably once when she moved out to Denver, I knew it was pretty serious. And even when I was living with them in North Carolina, it seemed they were so blissed out, they were so happy. I knew this was a lasting relationship.
When I knew that her and Jim were going to be together, there was one point in time, and I think it was shortly after they moved to Denver, and she had said, you know, he's the one for me. This is the guy I've been looking for forever. So I knew that she said, this is the man I've been looking for. So I think I kind of knew. It did take Jim a while to go for it, but they knew, and it was special. It really was.
I knew that Jimmy was the one for Lynn pretty much the first time that I met him. And I can't recall exactly what the circumstances were, but I knew because Jim was normal. He was like the first guy. He was the first guy that Lynn brought around. Not that she didn't date cool people in the past, but he was like just a normal guy. He was nice looking, he had a good education, and he was just, you could hold a conversation with him without him saying something off the wall, bizarro weird. So he was totally normal. And I remember my husband and I, shortly after, because I think we both met him at the same time, made the comment that like he was a breath of fresh air. And we hope to God Lindsay hung on to him because he was so great. We liked Jim right away. And I knew that he was the one for her.
First time I met Jim was right pretty much soon after you guys started dating, you brought him back to Alton, and we all went out, and a few other of your friends from Indy were with you. And I was like, this Jim Marsh, he is cute, and he is normal. I mean, those of you that don't know, let's think of a good word. Let's dated some interesting characters.
How did I know Jim was the one? We were at our friend Taryn's wedding. Sorry, Lynn, this is embarrassing. And I was rooming with Lynn, and I saw this little Ernie sitting there on the bed. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Who's, some kid left their Ernie doll here in the hotel. She's like, this is my knee. And she started talking like this baby, like, my toothie. And like with this Ernie doll. And I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. This guy, she must really like her. She's carrying around this Ernie, and she's there and like baby talks to it. So that's pretty much when I knew Lynn had it pretty bad.
Hey, my friend, it seems your eyes are troubled.
And Lynn and Jim, I wish you the very, very most best happiness in the entire world, and make each other happy, push each other to the extreme, and when in doubt, go dirty.
So I wish them the best of luck and a happy marriage, and I know they're going to be great together, and I'll always be there for them. Love you guys.
Lynn and Jim, congratulations. I'm so thankful to be a part of your day and that you asked me to be in your wedding. I love you guys. You're perfect for each other, and I cannot wait to watch you guys grow in your marriage and go on with your lives together and have children and just, I can't wait for all of those things for you guys because you're such wonderful people and I love you so much.
Lynn and Jim, I wish you the best in all of the world. Through thick and thin, you guys have been through a lot, and I wish you the best. And I hope can't wait to see the little Linds and Jims running around Denver. And I love you both, and congratulations.
You guys are lucky I've stuck around for as long as I have. But no, Lynn, I love you so much. And Lynn, as long as you keep that cabinet stocked with macaroni and cheese, I think you can keep Jim Marsh happy for as long as you guys live. So, I love you both. Jim, welcome to the family. We love you. I love you both. Can't wait to celebrate with you. Mwah.